Hello, Lori Nestori and the Wax Queen. Somebody asked me on my website, how do I get those edges? So I thought I would do a very quick overview of doing a good strip with the Bearden Blue Hard Wax. So I'm going to bring in my happy little model who really didn't want her arm waxed, and I said, too bad. This little segment is not at all about double dipping. I'm not wearing gloves. I don't care if she doesn't have hair. So I don't want to see any little smack talk on the YouTube comments. This is just to teach you how to make a good strip and also to give you like a little daisy chain overview. All right, so I put a small amount of the Jasmine Depilatory Oil on. And remember, if you're using the Bearden Blue Hard Wax, I don't care what the textbook says, use oil. This product is formulated to work over oil, not over powder. One of the key components of making a wax application successful is making sure the product is the correct temperature. So if you can see how it doesn't just fall right off the spatula, that means that it is nice and cool enough so it's not hot, but also cool enough so that when I spread it, it spreads at a great consistency. So if you'll notice, my angle of the spatula is like this. With soft wax, we flatten it out. But with hard wax, we want edges all the way around the complete parameter of the strip, and that won't happen unless you give it this kind of angle. So I'm going to show you again how to make a nice edgy strip. So again, you have that product that just sits on top of the spatula, and then you use good pressure. Notice I'm holding the skin tight. Use good pressure, and when you apply with the spatula at an angle like that, you will have nice, clean edges, which means the strip comes off very, very clean and won't leave any bits behind. So that's the first thing I want to show you, is how to make a good strip. I always prefer strips to be longer than wider. You can do really long sections if they're quite narrow and very long. And when you go to remove it, you make the skin tight, you get that edge, and you pull, pull, and pull. So you're constantly making the skin tight at the base of the strip and protecting the skin. And it's very good for your time. So we're going to hold on 1 second and come back, and now I'm going to show you one more thing. Okay, the next thing I'd like to show you is what I call the daisy chain method of application and removal. I personally did not coin that phrase, daisy chain. I saw it somewhere on another website, and I thought it was a great way to describe it. It is a method. I've always been doing it, so if you're the one that coined that phrase of daisy chain for wax removal, thank you so much. Here I am using it. But one of the things I notice when people use soft wax is that they can't figure out how to get the service done as quickly, because we feel like we have to put on a strip of wax and let that set up and wait till it dries till we can do the next strip. Well, remember, speed and confidence and calmness is what makes a great waxing service. So when we do this method of daisy chain, we put on as many strips as we possibly can in any given area. And imagine that we were doing the Brazilian or a bikini or underarms. You put on 2 to 3 strips anywhere that you can reach, so the strips are not actually touching each other. You put on 2 to 3 strips, and then you take the very first one, make the skin tight, turn your arm this way, and pull it. You flip the strip over, you press it, make the skin tight, and here, flip it over, make the skin tight. Now, if I was actually doing something like a Brazilian, I would leave this here, and I would go back and I would add some more strips. So we're just going to pretend that I'm adding more strips to her already doubly waxed arm. But we're filling in those blanks of where we were not before with those other strips. And then by that time, this one is ready to go, and you flip it over. And then by that time, this one is ready to go. If you ever have a really long tab, you can just break it off and leave it like that. But when you do this, you end up a very convenient, I love it when things go perfectly for YouTubes, but you see I just flipped it over so that you end up with really fast, calm, and efficient removal of strips without ever having to wait for one to set up. So thank you very much for your arm. We're good there. And then last but not least, I wanted to show you our beautiful big warmer we're bringing in. I'm pretty excited about it. We've looked for one for a really long time. They're heavy duty. They are an amazing killer heating element. They're going to be about $350, so quite expensive. But this thing holds 1.5 liters, so it's going to be around 50 ounces of blue wax, of the hard wax. And I know that's what people have been asking me for. So there you go, in a nutshell. We have how to make a strip, the daisy chain method for efficiency, and the beautiful big warmer that will be in probably in about a month. I hope this helps, and have a great day.